Alright, this is a commentary video on Rome Total War, and it's a one-on-one between me as Parthia and against the other guy as Macedon. And what's interesting about this match is that I thought that he was decently good, and thus by him using a pike heavy army, I thought it was interesting to show you a match where I brought only cavalry and archers. So as you can see, no infantry, and rightly so, because Parthia has crap infantry. So I'll get back to you when the battle starts. I brought for my army, I brought 6 gold cataphracts and 2 gold camel cataphracts, and the rest is basically 6 unit of archers with random upgrades that fits the money level. So he brought, I think, 6 royal pikemen, yeah, and he brought 1 phalanx. His cavalry force is not that great, obviously, but either way, Macedon can't match in cavalry with Parthia or any eastern factions. What he does have kind of an edge though is missile. So his missile is really outmatching me right now, both in range and in upgrades. As you can see, he has, I think, wow, it might be full upgrades, I don't know. So this guy came into the battle knowing full well that it was going to be mainly a archer fight or a missile fight, but I actually didn't bring any horse archers, so it's not like that he's overreacting, but this is actually a pretty good tactic. So as you can see, I have all cavalry and he has all pikes. Here's trying to launch a quick attack on both sides, and I think he might have gotten one of the units over here, which I didn't really mind because, like I said, the archer was just there just to spend the money without violating CWB rules. So right now we're just letting the missile fight go on. Here I decided to split up my cataphracts into 2 wings. Of course, at this point my archers is losing quite badly. It's down to 6 men. This is what I don't get though, because if he spent all his archers on that one unit where he could just focus like on this one, because he's wasting arrows on these 8s and 3s, which he could be easily taking down my anyway. So he sent out his phalanx pikemen on the side, and I just smack him in the flank because they're not in pike formation. Over here I caught his light lancers, but his royal pikemen got in the way. So as you can see, I'm attacking on both sides, obviously, and his men rout. His cav route, so now I have this superior cav advantage as if I didn't have it before. I charge on the side over here and then quickly pull out because so one thing about fighting a faction that relies on cavalry with no cavalry of your own is that it's very hard to catch these cataphracts, because pikemen, even though cataphracts are slow, pikemen are even slower.
He does not stand but runs away. Is there any point in killing him?
So it's appeared that I routed his general unit.
By the gods, the enemy general
right here,
he sacrificed himself rather than
I think I was focused too much on the other side. So he's taking heavy losses, and now since he's pulling this unit back, I'm striking his archer line. Over here, I don't really know what happens. These guys just like brush over one of the units and they rout. Or unless I forgot what happened. So while he's occupied on both wings, I'm sending in my camels, seeing as how my archers have no more threats because he has no more cavalry. Oh, so if you were paying attention, this unit was facing the other way,
Your general is fleeing from
and
the
I
enemy.
thought I
This
could
is a
get
shameful thing
quick
for
pot
your
shot
whole
by
army.
striking from behind, but he paid attention. So, and it's because of my lack of attention. At least my general didn't die. So this was a risky move. I tried to win it after his archers, but then I was fearing I was gonna get sandwiched. Over on this wing, again these guys are facing the wrong way, so I just crashed into them. And throughout all this time, the archer fight is still going quite vigorously. I don't know what my Carafrac's doing in the middle of that, but now I'm actually using my camels, seeing as how my Carafrac forces are depleting. Over here they got into a good range, but I had to pull out. Same with over here. I was kind of distracted, so I didn't really use these two Carafracs over here and here. So since his pikes are in pike formation, I thought I could take a few more minutes or a few more shots to these, because Carafrac's in melee range is quite devastating. Yeah, the same thing happens to camels. They just brushed over these infantry and they routed. But since they have good numbers, I hope... Okay, that stopped routing, and they're probably gonna stop routing. Again, the same tactic. Once he turned on the other side, I strike. Of course, that was completely my fault, and yes. So I'm making a lot of micromanagement mistake. And he's actually doing a pretty good job warding off, but obviously not good enough. So he's being exploited all over the place. And he has his archers firing flaming arrows at my Cataphracts, but it's no use since Cataphracts has so much armor, gold, so it's kind of pointless. See, the dangerous thing about when you let your Cataphracts too close is that they get into melee range and your pike can't really you can't use your pike to their full effectiveness. And plus this was only a failing spikeman unit, so apparently his light lancer came back and routed one of my Cataphracts, but at this point what I have is 2 units of camels, which is kind of at full strength, and around 2 units of Cataphracts with basically nothing left, and 1 unit of Cataphracts with some decent fighting power. What I did though is successfully disrupt his archers line, so now that I have my own. But at this point, my archers are running out of arrows, or most of them. The rest of the battle is just basically me trying to make the move, because he has no more cav and he's down only to 2 pikes. Most of his pikes were taken down by me just smacking in the back of their ranks, so he tried to, yeah, and I saw that coming. And I have no idea why he well, this unit have half strength, okay. I have no idea why he tried to go after my archers, because at this point it's not gonna make much of a difference. And here, as you can see, the disadvantage of fighting a cav faction or cav heavy faction with no cav. I mean, the least that you could do was bring more light cav, and what light cav could have done in the beginning was to fix my cav in place for their pikemen to do the work after. I think he kind of underestimated what my cataphracts can do to his well, not fully upgraded pikemen, because these pikemen are not gold. If these were gold, then it would be much more difficult for me to route them. So a complete surround, destroy everything. And at this point you might think that, you know, I have this game in the back, but that's not the case, as you will see soon. Of course, this archer is still flaming. I don't know why, but well, I guess that's the only thing that he could do. So again, just taking pot shots at these roaring pipes. Lag. So I routed the rest of his army, except this one unit. And right now, since my cataphracts has been running all over the place, I'm surprised they're not winded. But as you can see, I'm down to basically I have only one cataphracts unit, which is my camo unit. That's somewhat full strength or close to full strength. Well, and this one, I guess. So 4 units of somewhat decent shaped cataphracts against 1 unit of not fully upgraded pikes. I mean, you would think that I would have the upper hand in the battle, but here I make the final strike. He's running, it's not turning the right way. He did put his pikes down in time though, and that routed my cataphracts. And because that routed sooner than I thought it would, I sent in my remaining camels thinking that I was going to outflank them, but they got the chance to turn around in time. Almost a complete surround, and yet they're still dropping my men. And all my units route right here. And this unit came back, and this is a really close game. My archers, yeah, at this point I don't think I have any more arrows. That's why I'm marching them. So we have nothing left except his 1 unit of pike and my routing units, or have at least I guess 1 unit of cataphracts. So I'm gonna delay. Well, I guess this was unnecessary to throw my archers in the way, but you know, what the heck. I was trying to distract him. So he's doing a good job just turning around, turning back and forth. And at this point it's looking pretty grim, because I'm running low on cataphracts and he still have a decent number of spearmen. And right when all of my units route, or shortly before all my units route, this unit came back. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's lagging, but so my camels came back, and it's basically a one-on-one right now. Nothing else is on the field. Oh jeez. I will be right back. Sorry, I went to fix the lag. Well, anyway, the final showdown between these two. So what I basically tried to do was to not take it from the front and try to make his pike turn as much as possible, so they would not be in formation. And right here I decided to strike, and as you can see, part of my camels land from behind, and I have no idea what happened here.
Victory is yours.
I thought his men was in pike mode, but apparently not. They were fighting with swords. So that gave me the victory, and good game to my opponent.